ho, ho! Merry Christmas! And this is What's on the Tape, Season 17, Volume 2! It's me, Santa! Oh, I'm kidding, it's me, Generic Demon, sorry guys. Anyway, you can see, I've got all out, I've got tinsel. That's about the size of it, though. That's all you're getting. And just a bit of tinsel. So we'll get rid of that, because I've had enough of that already to begin with. But we had tinsel. So it's going to be Christmas. So it's a Christmas episode, so you can watch it on Christmas Day if you really want to. I doubt anybody's actually watching this, but if you are, thank you very much for actually spending some time on a Christmas Day watching this. So this is the AFG. Oh, my God. It's like BFG. AGFA tape that we had the other week, and we are going to go to side 2 that has all sorts on it. So I don't even know what's going to be on this. It's going to be exciting. And do you know what? It's kind of Christmas, so excited. Last week we had a bit of Ghosts of the Past. We got all those things that you're really excited about the whole thing. And it's Christmas. Can't be better than that. Bit of Spectrum on a Christmas day in 2022. Nothing better than it. So without further ado, I'm going to get this into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we're ready to go. So down to our favourite, basic, and loaded it. Here we go, loaded it. I wonder if there's any Christmas games on this. I don't know. We might get lucky. It's been a bit of an all sorts. I have to admit, last week's episode, if you're just checking the tape was running there, by the way. Last week's episode was a bit of a surprise, really. Saved game. Oh. I wonder what this is. Anyway, so last week was a bit of a mishmash of various bits and pieces. It came out quite well, actually. And we had a little bit of Ghosts in the Past, probably the previous owner of the Spectrum sort of singing along on the tape itself. I don't think I actually ever did any on those tapes like that. I used to do all kinds of things to record things. And I remember years later, oh God, that's not a good start. Let's see if we can list it, see if there's anything there. Blank tape, save game, copyright. Right, okay, it doesn't actually say anything. Let's put it in the other tape drive, and we'll see what happens. Because I've got another tape drive. We had a lot more success the other week because it was kind of louder the other tape drive. So we'll pop into there, and we'll do that. Save game. Very exciting. So let's just clear that. The old new. Tell it to clear all the registers, but it doesn't, does it? There are actually some registers that stay after, even when you do that. It's not completely clear as such. It's there are a few that are still there. Well, that wasn't a good start. Let's go back a bit. Let's push the button there. I'm surprised that didn't actually load, considering it did just a moment ago. Ah. Bit louder. And we'll load that again. We'll try it again. So we've got a second tape deck basically for just for this kind of thing. Oh, welcome to What's on Tape, Christmas Day. The tape doesn't want to work. It does not want to load. I think we were on for a winner a moment ago. Am I too loud? Let's rewind that a bit. It's weird that it worked on the other tape deck. Let's give it one more try, and then we'll put it back in the other tape deck, and we'll move on from it. Nope, we're going to put it back in the original tape deck, and we'll give that a try again from the original tape deck, and we'll give that a try. Now I want to know what it is. Well, Santa's been bad. Maybe it's Satan Claus coming to get me. Satan Claus. I hope you've got a cup of coffee on this fine... well, it's not Christmas Day for me yet, but it will be soon. I hope you've all got lovely prezzies as well. I hope Santa's brought you everything you wanted. I don't know. I mean, Spectrum Games, maybe. Spectrum Games. My favourite Christmas still is 88 with the Operation Wolf turning up. That was one of my favourite Christmases. Operation Wolf for Christmas. I mean, that was me gone for the rest of the day, really. Anyway, coffee. Here we go. And it's in the flake mug, so I may have to sing in a minute. There we go. Oh, now I'm lubricated. Oh. Place the blank tape in your... and connect the mic, press any key. Oh, am I... Alright, so that's... Okay. And I guess if I press play... and connect the mic lead... Well, I'm not going to do that. So that's gone well. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let's see what else is on there. So, I was almost on the way to a crumbliest, flakiest chocolate in the world.
Crumbliest, flakiest chocolate in the world. No, I think I've subjected to that a lot. You see, this is it. This is the coffee sponsorship coming, and clearly the flake sponsorship as well. I was watching another much more successful YouTuber than me, saying the other day that he doesn't do any of these sponsorships. He never does. He never does the sort of sponsorships of sort of shaving your balls and all that kind of stuff. So or your baubles at this time of the year. Haha. No, I'll get my coat. But yeah, he doesn't do any of those. Just does the adverts. And I thought that's a fair comment, because the funny thing is, it's like I always find it funny. You pay for YouTube Premium to get rid of the adverts, and then somebody just puts the adverts in anyway because they've been sponsored by somebody. Okay, come on. That's not good. Let's put it in the other tape deck. I have a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling about this one. What was that movie from? I have a bad feeling about this one. Oh, it's Aliens, isn't it? We're on an express elevator to hell. Stuart Hicks or Hudson's. Yeah, he's Hicks. I'm Hudson. That's a very bad Aliens impression, by the way. Bill Paxman, wasn't it? I can't remember the name of the other guy. I know, it's on the tip of my tongue now. Bill Paxman and the other one. Bill Paxman passed away, hasn't he? The other, Michael Betcham, something or other? Something like that? I mean, not going well. Does not want to play. We've not even got anything into it. 5 minutes in. 5 minutes in, we've got nothing. Fast forwarding. Oh, it's all sorts is not a good side. Fast forward. Everybody fast forward in the video as we speak. That's the beauty of what's on the tape. You just never know whether or not anything's going to load, and it really kind of makes for an interesting life. So I all hope you've got a little bit of a break, though, ahead of yourselves, so, that you actually have a little bit of time off. If you don't, I hope you've got at least Boxing Day off, so that'll give you another day off, doesn't it? Because Christmas is obviously falling on a Sunday. It should give you Monday or Tuesday, shouldn't it? But of course, they're not that fair, are they? When it comes to retail. That's the nature of the beast when they want to sell you more things after Christmas. I wish we could go back to a sort of a nicer time in life where shops only open certain times, and we had a little bit of time off in the afternoon or whatever else. Wouldn't that be nice? And there's 24/7 stuff, and I know that's what they want. They want selling because of capitalism and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not a big objector to capitalism. It's just one of those sort of that's the thing, isn't it? They just want to sell, all the time, always doing something. Come on, this is not a good tape. Right, I'm popping this into the other drive, and I'm going to turn it up. And see whether or not we can get this blooming thing to load. Come on. Come on. Oh, no. What's on the tape? Christmas Day, 2020. It's a disaster. Oh, my God. Come on. Turn up the power. We'll turn up the volume to 11. There's all these assaulted things on here that are not loading. Oh, you absolute monster. I can smell something good as well, which is even worse. Come on. Oh, God. Right, let's go again. Emergency time. Do you know something? It's so what's on the tape, this. It really is. Hang on a second. I'm going to grab my tape cleaner. Time to get a tape cleaner out. See if that helps in any way. Let's just make sure there's nothing on the head. Hang on. There we go. Tape cleaner. I'm just going to let the dog in because nobody's letting the... Oh, hang on. The dog's been let in now, finally. It's poor little thing was outside and nobody'd let it in, right? The tape cleaner is in. We're going to tape clean and we'll do that. Wow. So what's the tape? I was so excited as well, and I even got tinsel out for you. I said glitter earlier, but I meant tinsel. But I got glitter out. Glitter. I got tinsel out for you, and you know, I poshed it up just for Christmas Day and everything. I did a Santa voice, and Santa hasn't delivered. He's been this is like the what's on a tape equivalent of coal. That's what I've got this year for Christmas. I've got coal for Christmas. Santa's not happy with me. Right, okay, that's tape head cleaned. Hopefully that is de-smeared and ready to go. Let's push that button. We'll see if we can get that to work. There we go. Please work. Oh, God. I can't believe it. We're having such a bad time of this. Right, okay, fast forward. There's nothing going to load. Nothing's going to load for Christmas. Nothing at all. I think I've been a very bad boy. The Grampus has come and eaten my tape. There's always an interesting one, isn't there, the Grampus? Doesn't he eat children and leave coal? I think that's where he comes from, doesn't he? He eats children, leaves coal. It's very Christmassy, of course. I do like a good Christmas sort of horror movie, though. I have to admit, I do like a good Christmas. I still think Rare Exports is one of my favourite. That's quite a grotesque Christmas movie. If you want quite a strange one, that's well worth looking up. It is actually in it's a foreign language one though as well, but it's well worth looking up. Rare Exports. It's about Santa and his elves, but it's not kind of the Santa you're thinking of. Yeah. I have to watch that one for Christmas. It's a good one to watch. It's like watching Die Hard, isn't it? Or Lethal Weapon. Those are Christmas movies. Cobra, if you really want to. And everybody recently on Facebook has been going on about Rambo being a Christmas movie because, of course, there's a Christmas tree in the background and things like that. I think that's what defines it, by the way. If the moment you put Christmas jingles into it or Christmas trees and tinsel and things like that, definitely a Christmas movie. I think that's a kind of a given that the Christmas movie is defined by it's you know what features in the background. So if it has it there, then it's clearly a Christmas movie, isn't it? It has to be a Christmas movie. What other Christmas movies can you think of that people don't think of as Christmas movies, but clearly are Christmas movies? Come on! Oh God, no! Nothing's loading. Nothing's loading. I'm eating every second of this. Nothing's loading. God. This turns into 60 minutes of me just talking to you while it's 33 minutes because it's that funny tape with a funny whatever else it is. I'll put swap drives here. Swap the drives. Come on. Come on. No. You sod. I'm getting frustrated now. Come on. Come on. Oh my God. You can't do this. It's Christmas. Nobody wants to watch nothing. Oh. Oh my gosh. Do you remember there was an episode way back where I did 45 minutes and nothing? This could actually be the one that's the same. This gets to the end and there's nothing loads. I'm gonna be so disappointed. Nope. Nope. Oh dear God. Come on, something load. I'm going fast forward on, see what else we got. See if anything loads on. The first side of the tape, no problem at all. We whizzed through it. Second side of the tape, the all sorts. Nothing happening. Nothing happening. Come on, Christmas. Christmas needs to be saved by something. I'm checking the house now for coal. I've got logs, but no coal. Oh, Santa has abandoned me. I'd left you cookies and everything and carrots for the Rudolphs. The old reindeer. Oh my God. I dread to tell you this, but we're already halfway through the tape here because I've had to fast forward it so many blooming times. But fast forwarding, pushing the button, and gonna wear the buttons out. Oh, here we go. Please, please. No. This might just be a bit of the end sort of loading of this last one. Possibly. I had to rewind a little bit there. Here we go. Okay. That's the last run. That may be the last run of the data. There's very Spectrum noises there. Please, 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 Santa. Almighty Santa. Let something load. Oh my god, Paperboy is here. Oh, thank goodness for that. At least something is there. We've got a name so we can load something. 14 minutes into the tape. 15 minutes if you include the intro. 15 minutes into the tape, we finally get something that actually blooming loads. This actually may be where our Saboteur is. That could be a lovely thing. I'd like that. Quite like that. That would be Saboteur 2. Fantastic game. Definitely be up for that, seeing that appear on here. But Paperboy, arcade game. Always found it a bit weird that the arcade styling, you know, with the actual handlebars and then button to throw the paper. But I actually quite like this now. It featured. The thing is, do you remember all these game shows back in the 80s? There was a few game shows for kids, you know, it's on the kids' tellies, and they had quite a lot of sort of things that overlapped. So you had 720, which was 720 degrees, which is the skateboarding game, and they used to do some of the slalom runs as part of that, and used to time that. And then they had Paperboy on a few of them as well, and there was kind of a few. Was that bad influence, or was that something else? But certainly there was a few things where they had the games actually appear on those particular game shows, and I'm sure that Zigzag appeared on one. You remember the game Zigzag from DK Tronics? I'm sure that appeared on one, but for the life of me, I can't find the reference. If anybody can find the reference, I'd really like to know, because I remember it, but I don't remember what show it was on. I also don't remember what show most of these things were, where you actually sort of played back sort of Paperboy and 720 and things like that. I can't remember what they were. So, but if you remember, or you can remember the shows, just put it in the comments below, because I'd absolutely love to know. I totally can't remember. Atari, the almighty Atari, how they fell. They had the world at their fingertips, didn't they, Atari? They were one of those kind of companies. I see that the Atari VCS, your video computer system, has failed. They've stopped producing them now, which is effectively a PC with old, new stroke Atari games on it. Yeah, it was a bit of a flop, really. I mean, they've already migrated those particular games that looked like they'd be okay to that 30-year legend thing for, was it 30 or 40-year legend for Atari, 50-year legend, whatever it is, the legend thing that's come out recently for Atari. They've kind of migrated it to them. It's kind of sad, really, though, because I was a bit of a, you know, Atari for me was one of those. It was kind of an iconic name, but then sort of, I don't know, things just went badly wrong for it, didn't they? I mean, I remember, for me, though, the Spectrum was my birthplace of sort of gaming, but I did have friends with the 2600, and I remember playing, I think it's called Star Fox, is the arcade version of it. I'm sure their version isn't Star Fox. I think it's like, I want to say Solaris, but it's not Solaris because I know it isn't. But it's sort of, the Star Fox is one of my favourites. It's basically Pac-Man in space, where you fly around collecting like a big square of I don't know, meteorites with these things going up and down the sides, shooting you. Really liked it. It was a good game. We played it on the 20p Arcade Challenge. It's well worth looking at. I'm sure it's called Star Fox. Or Solar Fox. Could be Solar Fox. Sorry, I apologise if it's not Star Fox. Star Fox is definitely a Nintendo game, but also a Spectrum game beforehand. Ah. And there was a Spectrum game called Star Fox as well, which is apparently very good. I think, what's his name? I want to say Tez. Tez has played it. He's I've seen him a few times. He pops up a few times. I don't know if he follows the channel, but I like his love of Star Wars figures. I definitely have the same love of Star Wars figures that he has. But unfortunately, I got rid of my collection like an idiot when I was younger. Always hate that. But I know for a fact I've got at least one Star Wars figure for Christmas. Can't remember what it probably is, but I know that I've got at least one. because you can't go wrong with a Star Wars figure. I was out the other day getting some. My back, by the way, is feeling a lot better. But I was out still getting a bit of medication for it the other day, and I was in waiting in Asda, and it's always a mistake that because I always end up going around the toy aisle, sort of seeing what's discounted, and I found a Star Wars Dark Trooper. Now, Dark Troopers first made their real appearance in Dark Forces, which is where they made the first appearance. They're basically androids, so they're not humans. They're androids that the Empire used, and then we got to see them in the Mandalorian. That was the big thing. They popped up in the Mandalorian. There was a lovely section where Luke dismantles them all with his Jedi powers. Well worth watching for just that particular part. I mean, fantastic thing. Right, okay. Select keyboard. 0 to start the game. Mysterious vandalism. That's me. There we go. Monday. So you've got to deliver papers to the White Houses like this one. So you've got to throw the sun into. Oh God, what's the fire button? Oh, it's N. Blooming heck. So you've got to throw them into the mailboxes. You can break the windows on the people that you don't like that one. So we get points for doing that. And then they end up broken later. Avoid him. Oh, I've missed that house. You got to throw them into the ones at the White Houses. Those are the ones you're meant to be delivering it to, and obviously the Black Houses you don't want to because they're bad. But of course the ones you miss with the papers, speed up, with the papers then become Black Houses next time you go along. But if you do all of them sort of completely every time, you get all of the White Houses and give them all the papers and then whatever else is, then you get more houses that you can deliver to next time round. So it's quite a good game actually. I always quite like Paperboy, very much like the arcade, except as I say without the BMX bike steering wheel. Let's go through it on that. That's the paper slot for that one. And there we go, get the sun in there, and spike like crazy. And then this is the bit where you fire your papers like crazy, because you've got unlimited papers, and you've got to make as many points as you can as you go along for extra bonus points as you jump over the little rivery bits, and then to the point where they all congratulate you at the end, which is really weird, because it's like a congratulation thing. And I got some cancelled subscriptions there, because I missed those houses, but that's okay, because we can upgrade it here, so it's Tuesday with our papers. I always quite like Paperboy, though. So we'll smash his window just because he's no longer a subscriber. Won't get that one because he is a subscriber. We'll smash your windows because I'm just nasty in general. I'm a horrible person. The road gets more and more busy as you go along, and congested. Getting off the pavement is a massive nightmare because you have to then go back up again, which is fine. Get the bird bath. Get the kid here. Zap him. Get that one. And papers here. Smash his window again if I can. All right, paper. I hope that one got there. Man with his loppy hair. There we go. That one landed. I heard a bleep, which meant it landed okay. All right, okay. Extra points as we go along. Quite like this. We used to play this when we were. Well, a lot of us played it, to be honest. We all like Paperboy. It's a bit of an arcade classic as such. I'm hoping that I got that one there. If you run out of subscribers, obviously you've got no paper round. I was a Paperboy once. I was a Paperboy back in the day for a bit. I wasn't a very good Paperboy, I'll be honest. I used to hate it though, because we used to take out tons of papers. They weighed a bloody ton and all. It wasn't even a small amount of papers. A lot of papers back in the day. A lot of papers. There we go. And oh, lost some more subscribers. Oh dear. Not doing very well here. Would be love it if we could actually get all the subscribers to the whole street at some point, wouldn't it? It'd be great, that. That one's there. Oh, drunk man on the street. Oh, crashing into the wall. It's the first time I've lost life, actually. That's not my fault. I know it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. Okay. There's a bomb. Yeah, break your windows. Yes, got some more points for breaking your windows. Cat. Missed the cat. Tried to hit the cat with the thing. Not my fault. Not my fault. Oh, I missed that one. I can't believe it. I missed another subscriber. Only got 4 papers left now. Ag. Okay, I want to get that guy in his car. Ah, no! I was going too fast and I've been slimed. There's a Ghostbusters reference. Yeah, I've got his windows. At least if I'm going to be a bad paper boy, I'll do it. Man, it was very heavy. I remember the Sunday papers were just the worst. You know, all the supplements and all that. Jesus. I used to do it on my little BMX bike, and it was so bad. And my dad made me some kind of wooden contraption that went on my stunt nuts, so I could slide on the back of the bike over my seat and round the bike, so that I could could hang the bags over it. It was terrible. It really was. It was absolutely awful. I was always in pain with that. No wonder I've got a bad back. Actually, I can probably blame it all on the sort of carrying those around when I was a kid, because they were horrible. You just come back with sore shoulders and everything, sore feet, sore shoulders. Oh look, there's the break in the graphics as well. That usually only happens on a +2A, but it clearly happens on the alt grey one as well. That's quite surprising, really. Right, let's carry on. Let's see if we can actually load something else as well. That's amazing. It's quite good that we actually got that one on there. That's good. Paperboy of the Month was at the top of the screen as well. Did you see that? Paperboy of the Month. That's me. Paperboy of the Month. Well, Santa delivered finally. Merry Christmas, everybody. Skiing. Oh, Bioris goes skiing. It's got definitely Christmas now. We've got some snow. Got some snow. Skiing. Could be out. Maybe it isn't. Horace goes skiing. I might be wrong. Could be. Could be a different kind of skiing. Either way, we got skiing. That'll be quite cool, actually. I'm quite impressed. I'm quite happy that we got a bit of skiing going on. That's quite nice for especially as I say, it's, you know, well, nobody have snow at this moment in time, but unless you're in the United States, of course, and then you've got -50 temperatures. -55 they've got. That's a very cold winter. It's a very cold snap. I mean, I think we were all complaining at -10, but in the UK, but -55. That's a bit chilly. It's not good for your baubles, that for sure. Apparently, you've got staying outside will give you frostbite for 5 minutes. Will stave you frostbite. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. Not nice. Antarctic is like -40. So -55 is going to be is a mite chilly. Oh, good. Coffee is good. I love coffee. Oh, it might be Speed King. No, it's Speed King. I love Speed King. That's a brilliant game. That's one of my faves. I was delighted with this back in the day. And I think it's probably a bit overrated on the by yourself. But with a friend, if this is Speed King, it could be Speed King. This Mastertronic game. It was a budget title, fantastic little budget title as well. Loved it. Used to love playing this one. If it is the one I'm thinking of, oh, I'm so excited. I am. I'm quite excited. That was after all that. Santa's delivered. He has. He's arrived. He's not given me much tape left though to play with. So. A bit of a shame, but he has arrived with his sack. He's put his sack down my chimney. Make your own jokes. Oh. When I was younger at Christmas, before the Spectrum arrived, it was grandstand games. So it was those grandstand sort of handheld games. So it was Star Force, Astro Wars, BMX Flyer. These are the things that I wanted for Christmas. I always wanted one of those for Christmas, something like that. Caveman. Do you remember Caveman? We had to run over and throw a block at the dinosaur, and then grab its egg and then run back again. That was blooming cute, cool. That was. That really was. I used to like that Caveman. I had I would call it bronze with green look on it. It was quite nice. Because I think there was a red one as well, you see, with the thing. But the bronzen one was the one I had. I had Mini Munchman as well, but that was given to me by my friend. I used to like Mini Munchman. It's basically Pac-Man, but Mini on a little... I'm sure I've still got it somewhere, to be honest with you, which is even worse. I've probably still got it and draw somewhere. Kept a copy of Mini Munchman. Used to use the old batteries, you know, the CR, whatever they're called, the little ones, the teeny little batteries. They're kind of cool. Mini Munchman. Are you have any of those for Christmas? Do you get any of those? Do you get any sort of grandstand sort of things for Christmas? What was your favourite? I think I'm gonna stick my neck out here. See, I never got the other ones. I always wanted a Frogger, and I always wanted the Super Invaders or Invaders one that was also that long sort of one. My friend had that, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. You know, I used to think that was the best thing since sliced bread. Really expensive nowadays, though, if you want to get one. But it is speaking to. Yes. Anyway. Yeah. I used to love that. It was a brilliant thing. And I always wanted one of those because they just look so cool. But I think my favourite probably was my original Astro Wars. I loved Astro Wars. You had 10,000 points. It were 9,999 points. You get to 10,000, the game ended, and that you'd won. That was it, finished, and that was really cool if you actually could manage that because it had multiple levels. First, it was like a Galaxian style shooting at aliens, and then there was a point where you launched the top of your ship had to fly down and land on the top of it, and that was really cool because that actually was featured as because of the way that highlighted the LCD. It was actually there all the time in the Space Invaders as they flew around, but they had like wings, and their wings were turned off, and that was your ship floating down. You could land it. It was really cool. Anyway, let's play speaking. I have no idea what the key controls are, so let's press 0 to start. Let's hope that I can accelerate. That's left, right, left, right. And what's accelerate? I've got it. I always like the way the motorcycle looks like it's one of them gigantic. Is it what's that Honda one called? The Goldwing, the Honda Goldwing. They always looks like a bit of like a Honda Goldwing. I used to love this back in the day. It's not a... Remember, this is the budget title, so 2-player on this was split screen, and you could play against each other. Position 20th. Top speed 122 miles per hour. These were the days. Speed was defined by the way that the road markings went. Yeah. There we go. And we're going for it. Oh, if I pass this guy, I'm going to be so chuffed. Up and down on the accelerator and decelerator. Ho ho! It's only 2 laps though, so 19th position, not the best. But I didn't know what the accelerate was, so they all got past me. I just overtook loads of them there really quickly. First lap over. Oh. You can stay there. I had to put the brakes on. Screeching round the corner. 14th, I'll take it. And accelerating again. Brakes. Ease off the brakes a little bit. Brakes off, brake. Brands Hatch. Got some pretty good straights in it. Also reminds me of Brands Hatch's shape, if you ever look it up. It kind of reminds me of Australia, but like upside down. If Australia was upside down, Brands Hatch would be the thing. It always reminds me of that kind of shape. It's like somebody went, let's make Australia as a thing. Quite cool with that. This is a game where it's all about, you know, record times and all this kind of stuff, and that's the general gist of it. 1 minute and whatever else. I quite like that. I'm gonna have another go. Should we change the track though? Daytona, Donington, Jama. I don't know what that is. Monza, Paul Richards. Paul Richards has the longest straights on it ever. San Marino, Silverstone. Oh yes, Silverstone, the classic. Let's go with that and see if we can actually get through the laps here now that I know where my accelerator is. Silverstone. It's the one. I'm sure it's Brands Hatch, or is it Silverstone that reminds me of Australia? I can't remember now. Now I'm confused myself. Look at this. We're going to take a whole load of them here. Straight away, I would love to get first place. Oh, just drive through them. That's okay. No, it slows you down. Slows you down hitting them. kind of penalises you, give you a lot of slowdown. Ah! Come on, got to get away from the pack here. Brilliant. This is what Christmas is all about, though. This is what we used to do at Christmas back in the 80s and early 90s. It was all about playing Spectrum games and monopolising the single television in the house if you only had one. If you were lucky enough to have two tellies, well done. Mind you, nobody was really bothered, though, because they were usually drunk by about 10 o'clock, weren't they? I mean, it was Bucks-Fizz for breakfast, followed by Bailey's on cereal, wasn't it? That's what it was. Do they still drink like that nowadays? Is that a thing? Now they all have Alco Pops. All the young'uns have Alco Pops. They all have these weird and wonderful sort of, cocktails instead. They're all drinking slippery nipples and things like that. It's not the same thing that I think of when I think of a slippery nipple, but anyway. Frog in a pond and stuff. Isn't that something as well? Sex on the beach. Yeah. Popular with the people, some of the people I work with. Porn stars, apparently. So, I got third. I'll take third. That's pretty good for 2 laps, considering it started at the back of the pack and had to pass 19 drivers. That was 17 drivers passed. 55 seconds for a record. I liked that. I enjoyed that. That's kind of good. Speaking to, though, definitely recommend that one. It's one of those ones that it's really cheap to get as well. It's a really cheap sort of Spectrum game. If you're going to get one, it's a Mastertronic game. It's cheap. It's like Kickstart 2. If you don't have a copy of Kickstart 2, why not? Because it's a fantastic game. In fact, I'm hoping now that I've said it, that Kickstart 2 is on here. We've got a bit of tape to go, so we're okay. We're doing okay for Christmas Day. We're doing okay for Christmas Day. What else do I hope for Christmas? Nothing very exciting. I hope everybody's just well and happy and everybody's safe and warm and and genuinely sort of everybody's in good shape. That's all I can hope for. That's what I hope for. I mean, I'm hoping for. I mean, to be fair, today I'm on Christmas Eve recording this, and I did have a good long sleep in this morning. I was tired. I was ready for sleep. Tarzan? Wow, fantastic. I don't think I've actually played Tarzan on the Spectrum, So this is going to be a new one for me. Tarzan. I think it's probably worth cleaning the tape then, wasn't it? At the end of the day. I've seen the thing for this one. I'm sure is this Thalamus? Thalamus. Still exists to this day. Thalamus. It's amazing, really. I actually wonder about some of these companies. I think some of these companies just basically they laid loads of money back in the 80s, and then that was them. They just were like, we're not going to make any more. We've made enough money. We're just going to retire. Maybe that's what this did. All these the original developers, possibly. That's gone very quiet, hasn't it? That was weird. Okay, it's loading. It's just a very long pause there, just for the sake of it. We'll just have a long pause. Can't say I'm worried, but it's just a weird one. I love the sound of a Spectrum loading. It's one of those sounds that they don't have that nowadays when they have loading games. I suppose they have other things. I tell you what, my daughter found recently though. She's the Steam sale is on, and she's going, I bought Papers, Please, which is a indie title. It's about £3 at the moment on there. Papers, Please, it's called. Indie title. It's got sort of very much 16-bit style graphics, maybe just like a combination of a rollover between 8-bit and 16-bit. It's sort of subversive, political comedy, sort of neo-fascist sort of state thing. So basically, you play one of the workers of this state, and your job is to check the passports of people coming and going from the actual country, or should I say coming into the country, and every day the totalitarian state that it is changes the rules. So if you're over a certain height, you're not allowed in. If you're under a certain, and basically you have to stamp the papers, and if you get it wrong, then you get penalised, and every day you have to go home and feed your family or whatever else, the very little money that you get. And it's interesting because it gets more and more political as it goes along, and it becomes more and more right wing with its approach to things. So I think a certain government that we currently have may be using that methodology themselves. But it's a very interesting thing. So she's got Papers, Please. And she was like, I've just got Papers, Please. And she was starting to tell me about it. I said, I know what it is. I played it like lots of years ago. I actually played it probably about 5 or 6 years ago when it first came out. I got it on GOG because it was cheap there as well. And I used to, when it was right up to Christmas time, very quietly, we used to play it in the office and just sort of quietly play it. And it was really good. I used to almost always lose though. It was almost always. I never managed to get past about a week and a half in it, to be honest with you, before we ran out of food or somebody in the family got sick and I couldn't afford the bills. I mean, that's the thing. It's a very dark, dystopic sort of game. That's really what it is. But I can highly recommend it. It's well worth picking up Papers, Please, if you want to see what it's all about. It's as I say, very much a case of pushing a button and stamping the person's passport. But there are rules, and that's the interesting bit about it. The rules start to creep in as things go along. So you have to remember certain things. If so and so comes from so and so, if you can't let them in, and all this kind of stuff, even though they're a citizen and things. Really weird, really weird. I'm surprised this hasn't got a loading screen. I would have thought it would have had a loading screen. And there's a very long pauses between these. Oh wow, here we go. Tarzan. It's not loading. It's a shame. I'm just looking behind me to see whether or not I can spot my Saboteur 2, if I can see it. It's not within reach, that's for damn sure. That's a shame. I don't think this is loading, peoples. Or maybe it is. I don't know. It's doing something. Ah, Christmas. That time of the year. I'm a bit concerned about this one. I've had this kind of thing before where it kind of looks like it's going for it and then you discover it's not loading at all. And we're really running out of tape now. Really running out of tape. Yeah, that's definitely not loading, is it? I think I've run out of tape and it's stopped loading. I think that's it. I think that's the end of that. I think Tarzan has not loaded. Right, okay, I'm just see if I can find it on there, PlayZX, and see if we can load it there. Hang on a second. Right, because that, he says, fast forwarding. Oh, we've got ghosts. You have to hear the ghosts, I think. Hang on, let's get the ghosts. Ghosts of Christmas past, sort of. Right, let's grab this. 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 It's grabbing it. Okay, play. Here we go. We're underground, going underground. We're going underground. ba ba ba. Going underground. God, can't do too much of that because you end up getting flipping
Number one for the second week running. My thanks to Richard, my technical operator, to Bernie Andrews. Welcome back off holiday, Bernie, for producing the show, and Pinky, our secretary. After the 7 o'clock news, it'll be Phil Linus from Thin Lizzy with his Star Special. From me, Tony Blackburn, I hope that you have a really lovely week, and I hope that you'll join me on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock for another edition of Junior Choice. And I'll be back, of course, with you for the top...
Junior Choice with Tony Blackburn. That's the end of the tape, by the way. Very much the end of the tape. It's just popped out and it's just thrown itself on the side. Wow, right, okay. I don't even know what Junior Choice and when Tony Blackburn ran that. So, but yeah, we've got Junior Choice. A bit of history there. Love a bit of that when that happens. Let's see whether or not we can get our copy of. That's been a very uninteresting sort of a strange episode of What's on the Tape there, with very little actually loading and very little to see. Saved game, nothing there. Let's see if we can get Tarzan to load though. Let's just reset the old specky and let's see if I can find Tarzan on PlayZX and we'll go from there. Let's find that. PlayZX down to the old. I think this is 128K actually. Let's see if I think this is 128K. So let's try Tarzan. Oh, the re-release. There's a code. Of course, there's a Codemasters one as well. That's Tarzan Goes Ape. But now there's the Martech one. Martech? Yeah, Martech. So we're going to do the Martech one of Tarzan first, because I think I've never played it before, so we've got that. And I'm going to have a little look behind me, because I can't let you go without at least another game as we go. I think there was a Santa game somewhere. Let me see if I can find the Santa game. You stay there. Right, okay, I'm just looking. I've got a pile of games. I've been a bad boy. I've got loads of games, and I haven't actually sorted them. I'm having a look, though. I'm having a look. There's a Santa game here somewhere. Come on, Santa. Where are you? Let's have a Santa game. Santa game before Christmas. Santa, where are you? I'm here still. I'm still here. I'm just quiet. See if I can find him. Pause. Where are you, Santa? I'm still here. I'm just looking. You watch the screen. I'll be back in a minute. I'm here. Can't find Santa. Santa, where are you, Santa? Come on, Santa. You can't be far away. Okay, I'm coming back. Sorry about the long pause there. I found Santa. Oh, Santa! I posted it on the on my Twitter the other day. Oh my God, it looks terrible. It looks awful. It looks just absolutely awful. It's an Arctic game. Apparently, it should be banned according to most people. So, because it's Christmas, I'm going to play it. But I tell you what, I also found while I was at it. I found a Codemasters game that I haven't actually played before. I found Super Bike Trans Am. So I'm going to force you to watch that as well, because I quite like the look of it. We've already done Speaking, so hey, why don't we just do Superbike Trans Am as well while we're at it? So we've got Santa and Superbike Trans Am and Tarzan. So there we go. What was he? Was he King of the Apes or something like that? Raised by apes, wasn't he? Okay, let's be honest though. If he was raised by apes, what he'd really look like, he'd be much more like a sumo wrestler, wouldn't he? He'd be a large fat man who eats a lot of fruit and sits on the ground, scratching himself. Because if it's apes and as in gorilla type apes, they're not exactly that. I mean, they can be obviously aggressive when they need to be, but they're bulky and whatever else it is. But they are very much an animal that likes to sit down and effectively scratch itself and eat a lot. If it was chimpanzees he was brought up with, though, maybe different. Why is there I've just realised there, look, there's a gorilla at the bottom, and I've just realised that in that gorilla's arms at the bottom of the screen there's a small child being held. Of course, this is to represent Tarzan as his growth. He's a Greystoke, isn't he, as well? That's the other thing, he's a Greystoke. That was his family name. He was a Greystoke. Tarzan of Greystoke. That was the family name. I don't think it's ever happened really in real life, because I think that, I don't know, he'd probably been eaten by tigers by that point. Because human babies take a lot of looking after and a lot of growing up. I mean, you can't just send them up chimneys anymore. It's just that's not legal. Oh, brace yourselves. Almost there. It's quite nice that we're actually getting some games on this. I was a bit worried for a minute that Satan Claus was taking all our games away and giving us coal instead. I'm wondering what this Santa one's like, actually, to be honest with you. I'm going to open the cover while it's just loading. So I'll give you the rundown of the Santa story. I'm sure it's got to do with parcels. This is a compilation that programs excellent compilation. On side 1, there's peeking in the pudding, helps Santa find money and watch out for worms. I'm really worried about this. Stop the snowflakes move your laser and stop the snow landing. This guy's a miserable sod. First he's taking the money out your pudding. He's taking the money out your pudding. Then he's shooting down the snowflakes so you can't have snow. Stack the stockings. Help Santa catch the presents without letting them land on his head. So he's stealing your presents. Rudolph goes racing. A guide through the road off through trees without hitting them. Well, that's fair. Bursting balloons. Stop the balloons rising. Each time you miss, you move up a level. Each time you miss, you move up a level. So you got to burst the balloons. 12 days of Christmas. You collect all the presents in the correct order. Blooming heck. Side 2, maze. In an unknown maze. This is a Santa compilation. I'm kind of. There's 16k though as well. I don't even know what's side 1 or side 2. It doesn't actually tell you. So we've got a Santa compilation to go ahead with as well. So I didn't even know that. So that I can see why people are probably going to say this is why they should be burnt. We've got some nice music going on here. Oh, Crystal Reality. That's actually kind of cool. Lord of the Jungle. Lord of the Jungle. I mean, you can't get stronger words than that. 4 to define keys. 4. Let's define the keys. Up, down, left, right, fire. Cool. 5 to start. There I am, Lord. Oh, when I go backwards it turns into that, but when I go forwards it's that. Fire does nothing at the moment. Somersault. Ugh. Pixel perfect jumps, people. Oh, what the heck? Space is paused, by the way, so you couldn't really use space. And now there's a thing going across the level. That is broken. Go up that way. Oh, it's a bit like, it reminds me a bit of, I don't know what that is, but it reminds me a bit of, what was the game? Platoon, in the style of wandering around the jungle. I can't believe it's broken though this badly. This is bad. There's like a creature coming there. That's really bad. Whatever's going on there, that graphically, that is properly had it, hasn't it? It's not happy at all. Look at that. I think we can safely quit that one now. I think it's time for Santa. You ready for Santa? Let's do Santa. Let's have a Merry Christmas with Santa. I don't even know what side of the tape we're on. We're just on tape here. We're gonna go Santa. It's probably because loaded at 128k instead of 48k. By the way, that mode. Probably the answer to that question is probably I loaded it in the wrong mode. Come on then, Santa. Let's go for it. I always wondered if there was any Christmas arcade games. I wondered if Narc was a Christmas arcade game, and bear with me on this. I'm quite sure there was Christmas decorations in it. Oops, everything's fell apart. Yeah, no, I just thought it might be a Christmas movie, Christmas game. I suppose anything with a Christmas tree in it is probably a Christmas game. Maybe. Leave the tape on. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. In an emergency, go to 800,000. Sorry, in an emergency, don't run, go to 8,000. We may have to run it, go to 8,000. This looks dreadful. Fantastic, I love it. In an emergency, don't run, go to 8,000. I'm going to do that now. I don't even know what the go-to button is. I think it's G, isn't it? Go-to. We'll have to try that. Definitely going to do that. Go to 8,000. Probably like Santa taking a poo in your house or something like that. That's how he makes the coal, you know. When he poops in your house. Poops coal. Never runs out. Oh... No, there's probably not Santa taking a poop in your house. Could be, but I don't think it is. Right, more coffee. I know it's been an hour, but we're going to go more coffee now. More coffee. Alrighty. Let's peek in the pudding. It sounds disgusting, doesn't it? Welcome to Pornhub. First, we're going to peek in the pudding. Right, okay, stop the snowflakes. Oh... Stack the stockings, Rudolph goes racing, burst the balloons, 12 days of Christmas, score so far. Right, we're going to go with peek in the pudding. Number 1. Okay. Help Santa eat the Christmas pudding, find 6 hidden coins. Don't eat the worm. Marvellous. There's a beautiful pudding there. Don't eat the worm. Right, okay, where am I? I'm a Santa at the top. I'm at the bottom. I like the little Santa. Yay, found a coin. Found another coin. Found another coin. Found another coin. How many coins am I going to find? Was 9. Found another coin. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, this, by the way. That's a lot of coins I found all of a sudden. I've had the worm. You found the worm. He's destroyed my pud. I've been pudded out. Arrgh. I found a worm. It doesn't look like any kind of worm. It looks like a tapeworm. Christmas is ruined. Santa's ate a tapeworm. Now has to spend all his time licking his bum like a cat does. Poor Santa. First he's been pooping coal in the house. Now he's got a tapeworm. Another game? No. Another game, just press Y. I don't want to press Y. Oh yeah, another game. Yes, of course I want yes, another game. Right, stop the snowflakes. 2. Oh, you miserable so-and-so, Santa. Yes, I got a snowflake. Yes, got snowflake. No snow for Christmas, Santa says so. My God. Can I just leave it there, though? Will that not just hit it? Yeah. So theoretically, you can just do that and get everything. Look. And then if it's on the other side, which maybe take a while to get to, you can just... Ah! That's why you don't do it all the way over there. But either way, principle is sound. There you go, Santa. I'm just gonna let them go because I want to see what the next game is. Well, there's 12 snowflakes left to go, so let's just let the let the slow flakes drop because they're very slow flakes. Am I waiting for all them on the screen to disappear? Really? I think I am. I think I'm waiting for all those to disappear. Wow. I mean, at least it's a Santa game, I suppose. Well, the snow's right. Look, the snow's falling on the ground. Snow is falling all around. Yeah, burying Santa here. Look, he's getting buried under snow. Well, I think when I get buried, do I die? I've only got one more. Buried. There we go. We're buried. Stacking stockings, number 3. I got to get the parcels when they drop. No way I'm getting that one. Ouch. Well, hang on. How am I meant to get these things? Oh, they got to be beside it. That's not... What? I've got one. Also, I've got to be beside it, land perfectly beside it. Like that, then drop it in. There we go. 1. Oh, God. Santa's just running all around like a maniac. So I'll just let it drop on my head. And... there we go. Amazingly dropped that in there. I do actually think the little representation of Santa isn't actually that bad. I quite like it. I think it looks a little bit like Santa. I can kind of get I get a beardy vibe from him. My head hurts. Yes. What's the other games? Rudolph Goes Racing 4. Rudolph Goes Racing. Oh, I got to avoid the... There we go. Got to avoid the forest. This is going to be interesting because that's pretty tight, that. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I'm awesome. Okay. There we go. I think I'm going to go through the gap below that. Yeah, yow. I'm just going to crash into stuff now and see what the next game's like. Not sure about that one. That's not as good. Burst the balloons. A miserable so-and-so that he is. I'm going to burst balloons. There's a balloon burst. Alright, okay, that's so mobile phone. There you go, moving down the level. As they burst, I get moved closer and closer to the death. Oh god, I actually managed to miss that one there. I'm not sure why he's glowing blue. It's glowing blue now for some reason, Santa is. And then we move down the level as we go. Nothing wrong with that. Actually moved out of the way intentionally of that so we can get down the level. I can't wait. I'm going to try to press that brake button and do go to 8000. See what happens when I do go to 8000. It probably just reboots. This is probably just as a new on the specky, but hey, it's worth seeing what happens. I'm quite surprised that they all loaded in a 1er though there. I wonder if the next game is on the next part of the tape, or whether I have to turn it over. I'll go stand next to Santa at the bottom. Flawed. Yes, I do. Last one. Number 6. Oh, so you got to collect what it is. So it's a partridge in birthday, Christmas, of Santa May. I can't remember what it is. Got to get what you're meant to get though. 12 Days of Christmas. I don't know what partridge was. I think it's that thing up here. Yeah, okay. Escape. No, I'm going to press the brake button. And I'm going to go to 8,000. What happened? Escape. Go to 8,000. Oh, it just goes back to restarting this game. Ah, that's fair enough, actually. That's not bad. That's quite a clever thing. That was quite clever. Does 8,000 just takes you back to the question whether you want a new game or not. That's kind of, do not go to 8,000. But it said don't go to, didn't it say do not go to 8,000. Right, I'm going to see if there's anything at the end of this tape. If not, we're going to turn it over. Right, I'm going to turn it over. This must be side 2 of Santa, which is the maze game that's there. Apparently. Maze game. I think he was quite a miserable Santa, though. That's a lot of rewinding, though. That's a bit worrying. I'm hoping it isn't on the end of this bit. Come on then, Santa. Let's see what we got. This is Christmas. Something Christmassy for Christmas. Huh? X-Maze. X-Maze. Get it? Oh, Xmas. Oh, God. That's such a dad joke, isn't it? It really is. X-Maze. It's the X-Maze for Christmas. There we go. Well, at least you got compilation for your money with that one. Nice compilation. And we're looking forward to the other one, though, because I've got Superbike, the Codemasters Superbike Trans Am. I'm quite looking forward to that. I think we'll give that one a whirl. I don't know if it's 128k or not, but we'll have a whirl at that one. Just because I found it while I was digging for Santa. QA, OP, and space. Apparently the controls. Oh. 9 isn't easy. Let's do 1 then. Okay. Cold appear. Press something. Okay. Right. So watch out for the kind of meanie creatures. Right. Okay. So it's like a little maze thing. Yes. Going in. Oh, I quite like that. Found a present. Yes. Santa is the best. Yes, try the door. Going in. It's very slow. It's very basic. You can see you can almost see the lag in the in key press. So the in key press is what I'm doing to move. There's like a slow sort of lag of moving between the two. And there we go. Now it's going to load the bits of the level. It's not awful. Do you know, funny thing is, if it's sped up a little bit, it's not bad. Because I quite like the way the mapping process works. It's quite nice. It's just a shame to say it's so slow. Look out for the monsters. And a key. Want it? Yes, got to. Which one to swap? Oh. 2? Found a present. It's actually alright. Do you know something? This could have been worse, but it actually seems okay, that one. But I'm more interested now in a bit of super bike Trans Am. I really am. So let's move on to something a little bit more modern, a little bit more fancy on the scale of things. Let's put this in. Is it rewound? I don't think it's rewound. Let's rewind it quickly now. Let's rewind that. Quite excited about this. We'll move around a bit while we're doing that. Try the door, yes. Going in. Kind of like the way it calculates it as it goes along. Oh, here we go. There's a meanie. What happens when we hit a meanie? It says bruises 1. Press F. You dropped the present. SOB. Actually, sob. It's cold up here. That's actually not too bad. I didn't mind that, to be honest. Let's do tape loader. I don't know if this is a tape loader, but we'll give it a try anyway. Superbike Trans Am. This is, he says, reading the instructions. There's very little in the way of instructions, by the way. A famous, racing the famous Trans Am, maximum boost, jump canyons, scrape the pegs at 200 miles per hour, incredible jumps, incredible speed, incredible game. Lovely loading screen, like some things. It looks very much like, Super Hang-On. So I'm quite excited about this. So we'll have a little play on this. We didn't get very much out of the all sorts on the end of that other tape. I'm kind of upset that we didn't get Saboteur in the end, but it's okay. We got Paperboy, we got Speaking, we got Tarzan that just really wasn't playing very well. We've had Santa because it's Christmas, of course, and then we've got Superbike Trans Am. So hey, it's not been a bad episode. It's kept you busy. You know, kept you off the streets. Made you burn some coal. I don't know. Santa's probably not allowed to bring coal now. He probably brings nuclear fusion or something like that. That's what he brings for Christmas. So environmentally friendly stuff or something like that. Hydrogen. He pees on your doorstep. Gotta make your own hydrogen for it. Coding by Ian Dunlop. Graphics by Neil Adamson. Codemasters Limited 1989. That's getting well into it. 1989. Year after the fantastic 88 for the Spectrum. It's getting very near the sort of the kind of. The Spectrum lasted a good, as a system itself, lasted into the 90s. It did quite well as a computer, sort of surviving that long. But realistically, its days were numbered. In '89, you have the Amiga, and apparently the Atari ST was out before that as well. Was that '85 or something like that? Atari ST, and then obviously you got the STE, the enhanced version of it. But you already were competing against some 16-bit machines at that point in time. And do you know what though? The thing is, Spectrum was a cheap machine. It was a cheap machine. You could afford it. It was an every person's machine. We could all afford that to have a Spectrum if you wanted to. So as an introduction to computers, it was a great thing for a lot of people. For early personal computers from people, that was a good introduction. But it was we were already getting to that point where we were moving to 16-bit machines and soon to 32-bit machines, and not long after that 64-bit machines. But I say 64-bit machines with a bit of a grin on my face because Microsoft kind of delayed that movement to 64-bit for a very, very long time. It was way into the XP generation, and then into to the Vista and eventually Windows 7 before we actually moved really to 64-bit applications. Simply because it was more coding for Microsoft. They hadn't really done it, whereas the Unix and the Linux world were already 64-bit way before then, way before then, way before where they using their programs were able to run both the 32-bit and 64-bit game programs at that point. So the whole idea of 128-bit though is kind of no, it's not impossible, but the programming involved is significantly more complex. So it's going to be a while before we actually see that kind of thing. I think in general, I think it's more like multi-cores as they've got at the moment, which of course are much more difficult to program for as well. If you're certainly doing it from scratch, if you're using a lot of pre-rendered engine by other people, there's a lot of stuff like that out there that that kind of speeds up the process. Anyway, that's all quite a nice loading screen, actually. There's definitely a Pepsi thing going on the side of there, isn't there? There's a Pepsi Cola on the side of his wheels. Or the side of his... is it fairing that they've got? Fairings on the side of them? There's a motorcycle there. We've got twice the motorcycle this week, but so I'm not going to complain. I mean, it was nice to get a bit of a sort of extra gaming in. Nothing like it. Nothing like it for a Christmas day. I'm almost better than the King's Speech. I was going to say Queen's for a minute there, but I forgot. For a second, just for a second. King's Speech. His first one, this year. It's very exciting. I wonder what he's going to say. Probably going to say, whatever he fancies about whatever he fancies. They're usually they're not political, are they? They're not meant to be political particularly. But they guide their way through it. A big load on this one. Hopefully some nice AY music on the end of it. A little bit of use that chip. There's a little bit there. Probably to turn the volume way up to hear it, because I turned down the background music of these kind of things. Superbike Trans Am, Codemasters, copyright. Yeah, okay, here we go. So down we go to the bike. That's me and my little bike with my little graphics on. That's alright. Reminds me of... oh god, oh wow. Bike is fully animated, isn't it? And there's my space bar. Whoa! That's a crazy jump. Oh, you know what it reminds me of? There's another one. Is it Turbo V8 Turbo? That's what it reminds me of. It's like somebody took the graphics from V8 Turbo and changed them into this one. There is no sense of speed here whatsoever, by the way. None at all. That explosion was awesome. No, there's no sense of speed at all here. There's another tree that's sort of ran into me. Or I ran into it. There's the speed. Oh, not tree. Wow. There is no sense of speed. I can see what they're trying to do, but there's no sense of speed on this. Nope. Absolutely not. Maneuverability is subpar, I would say. Wow, that's me doing 248 miles per hour. Can you see? Is your breath taken away with the speed? And no, it isn't. Without a doubt. Change gear down. No, don't hit the tree. Game over. Yeah, that's not very good, is it? That's not very good. I've definitely played better. Yeah, that's not the best game in the world, I'm afraid. There we go. We'll overtake some bikes. Yeah, that's pretty atrocious, I'm afraid. That's basically... This is just a reskinned version of Turbo V8, which I think I've played before on my channel, and it's Turbo V8. It's nice to see the car in sort of solid graphics, but it doesn't make for a good... Oh, we got a bit of spin going on there. It doesn't make for a very good game, unfortunately. Oh, hit those and they blow you up. Brilliant. There we go, some speed up. Boom. Yeah, not very good. I'm going to go over the top of here. And then over the top of here. And round here. Don't hit the tree. I don't even know where I'm going to, you know. Oh, hang on, some checkpoints coming up. I've run out of time just as I got to that sort of tower thing there. The city. I got to the city. Yes. Almost there. Oh, well, we'll just leave it there. Anyway, Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you have a lovely New Year, and I will see you soon. Thanks for joining me over the course of 2022. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.